Hello guys, welcome back. So in our previous video, uh, we successfully loaded our backend team, did all the basic things we need to do in the backend team, make it dynamic. So now in this video, we'll be loading our front-end team. So instead of this default page to load, we'll be loading our front-end team here. So let me show you what our front-end team looks like. So if you go to your exercise file, the one I'll provide for you, and you click here. So this is our front-end team. So it has the light and dark. So this is actually a slider, featured posts, heading categories, social media links, popular posts, advert banner, stories also. See all your recent posts, your footer. So this is the front-end team we'll be loading in our Laravel project. So how do we go about this? We'll be loading our front-end team exactly the way we loaded our backend team into our Laravel project. So now let's go to our VS Code. So first of all, if we want to load our front-end team, our Laravel project, we have to load our asset first. So remember we loaded our backend asset. So to load our asset, you go to your VS Code. Inside your public folder, see we have a folder for backend. So we'll load our front end too. So inside this public folder, inside our front end folder, we are going to copy our assets from our front end team and paste it there. So the asset contains our CSS, JS, our images and fonts. So we'll copy it and go to our Laravel project. This is our Laravel project inside our public and inside our front end. We paste it here. So after we've pasted it, you can see our assets here. It's already visible in our VS Code. So the next thing we need to do, inside our resources folder, inside our view folder, we'll create another folder and call it front end. Okay, I've created the front end folder already, as you can see. So inside your view folder, you will create a front end folder. Then inside your front end folder, you will create two files. The first one is index.blade.php. And the second file you will create inside your front end folder will be main underscore master dot blade dot php. So now we need to open our front-end team in our VS Code. So let's go to our exercise file. So our index here, we'll click and open it in our VS Code. So this is the front-end code here. So what do we want to do here? What we want to do here, we want to copy everything, Ctrl C, Ctrl A, and Ctrl C. And we don't need it again. Then we'll paste it inside our main master.blade.php. So after doing this, the next thing you want to do is you want to link your CSS, your JavaScript, and images. You want to link it to your public, your front end, and to your assets. Remember how we did the backend one? So when we're linking the CSS for backend, this is the line of code we use. So we'll just copy this front end We are going to paste this here one by one. I hope you remember how to do this. So we'll cut it here, we'll paste it. We'll just cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste, cut, paste, cut, paste, cut, paste. So we'll do the same thing. Okay, we'll put it here to copy this. We cut this. So we'll copy it again. Do it for our logo also. Paste, cut and paste, cut. So I hope you've seen how I did it. For your you do the same for your JavaScript too. So let me just pause the video and quickly get that done. So as you can see, I've also linked my JavaScript too. Did it the same way I did my CSS. So now after linking our CSS and JavaScript and some of our images, we want to segment this codes here. So it will look neater, and you'll be able to work on it without getting confused. So you segment all the code here. This is the switcher, this is your header, this is your mobile, end of mobile, then your banner. So you just minimize everything. The code is already properly arranged. All you just do is minimize each of them. Your post grade, your start post, your start footer. So what you want to do now is that you want to copy everything here. You want to copy everything here. So everything after your header, after your mobile menu, also your header, you want to copy everything, and before your footer too. So the only thing that will be left on your main master page will be your header, your mobile menu, and your footer. So you will cut this, Ctrl C, then Ctrl X. Once you cut it, inside your blade.php, so you paste it here. So you go back to your main master. So inside this place, you use the yield function. So inside your yield function, you will give it an ID as main. So now you extend this yield, you extend this main master file inside your index file, so that you can connect all this line of code to your CSS, JavaScript, and your images. So you would use the extend function here. That will be at extends. What are we extending? We're extending this file name. We are extending the whole of this file. How do we do that? We'll extend this with the file location. Where's the file located? It's located in our front end. We type front end dot main underscore master. After doing this, you also add your section, and so section section Then for your section, what ID do you use in the yield? Main. So that's what will be here, main. So now you've connected your CSS and JavaScript to this file from main master by using the extend function. So now once you put your at section here, you also end the section. So at end section. So also we are still going to segment all the lines of code in this index.blade.php so that to edit the code will be easier for us. So now the next thing we want to do to make our content theme visible in our browser, we'll come to our web.php. Laravel actually gave us this default route which will return us to the welcome page, which is the default Laravel welcome page. So now we don't need this. We'll create our route, comment it out. We'll create our route below here and just copy this. We don't need the name route, so we'll take it off. And our URL will be home / slash. So now we'll create our controller, which is we'll name it user controller. Also, our method name will be index. So how do you create your controller? You come to your CMD here, then you type php artisan make controller user controller. So the name of the controller we are creating is user controller. So this is how you create your controller. You click enter. As you can see, controller has been created successfully. So you can see where the controller is being created inside the app folder, inside the HTTP folder, inside the controller folder. You can see your user controller here. So we click on it, open. So now we'll be using this method name to work in our user controller. And again, if you use your controller here, you have to use it up here too. You just copy this. Our controller is located in our app HTTP inside controller, then the name is user controller. Just use it up here. User controller. So now we'll be working inside our user controller with this method name index. So that will be public function, the method name index. So we'll just add this comment here in the method. So now in this method, the only thing we'll be doing is we'll be loading our view page. That is our front end page. So we'll just return view. So the front end page we are loading, where is it located? We are loading this index page. It's located in our front end folder. So just type front end dot the file name, which is index. And you put your semicolon. So now let's save all and see if what we've done will load. So you do PHP artisan nice. So you always write this line of code if you change anything in your web.php. So you click enter. So now if we go to our browser, you click load the home. You can see Our home successfully loaded. We are able to load our front-end theme in our Laravel project. Our image is not showing because we've not linked the image. So we are going to link that in our next video. As you can see, successfully load our front-end theme inside our Laravel project. So in the next video, we'll be loading all our images to make our code look neat and presentable. So in the next video, we'll load our images and segment everything inside our index.blade.php. I hope what we did here was clear enough. See you in the next video.